Movie Reviews by Rob.
Movie Reviews by Rob.
Pity the fool.
Featuring Hillary. Alright, out of tune, broken guitar. That's not my playing, that's this giant dent in the...
I think it's your playing too.
And it's my playing.
Right.
And it's my playing.
It's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both. So, it's another midnight movie that we saw.
Wow.
And both tired as hell because this movie really took it out of us. We are, of course, it is June 11th now, but it was the 10th. But today is the release of two feature films. One being The A-Team, and two being the remake, reboot of The Karate Kid, starring Jada Smith,
Jackie Chan,
and the Mr. Miyagi role. Yet, he talked me into seeing The A-Team, because Karate Kid was like over 2 hours long, and it had a PG rating, and I didn't really want to sit through a PG movie tonight. I just wasn't in the mood for it. I wanted a little bit of action, a little bit of entertainment, something to keep me enthralled. So we saw the PG-13 rated A-Team.
Where they keep getting ready to say, "You mother,"
and they don't.
And then like an explosion will go off.
So go through director.
Joe Carnahan. He did, last thing he did was Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces. So he's no stranger to action films.
No.
Over-the-top action films.
Yes.
It's starring, the big star I think is Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
In the role of
Hannibal.
Although most of the film you probably won't recognize him as Liam Neeson because he has this weird gray hair that for some reason makes his face look different too.
Yeah, he looks a lot different just because of that hair.
Because.
And then Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper, you might have known from like The Hangover and all. Plays your typical hunk character, and the character's name is Face.
Face.
What's it? B.A. Baracus is played by
Quinton Jackson.
Now
Rampage.
he's a WCW wrestler or something like that.
UFC, I think.
He even does a move to a guy in the movie, so that is like shout out to all you fans of his out there. And who plays Murdoch?
Sharlto Copley.
Who is?
Murdoch in the movie.
I just said who plays Murdoch.
Oh.
Copley.
He's District 9.
District 9?
His Wickus.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Or Vickus, however you pronounce it.
As well as Jessica Biel makes an appearance. Well, does more than makes an appearance in this.
She's in it, but doesn't say
And
it.
Lynch is played by
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson from Hard Candy, and most notably recently played the role of Night Owl in Watchmen. But, okay, overall, I can't judge this as an A-Team fan because I'm not a fan, and that's not because I watched it and didn't like it. It's because I have actually never seen an episode of the A-Team.
Neither have I.
So
all I know is that Mr. T was in it.
Yeah, Mr. T wasn't in this.
No, he was in the original A-Team.
So that's the B.A. Baracus role that we're talking about. Now, so when I review this, I'm in no way a fanboy of the A-Team. I cannot tell you if it was accurate to it at all. All I can tell you is what I saw, and whether it was true to the character or not, I don't know. I do know that a buddy of mine watched every season and episode of the A-Team, and he assured me that in no point in time did Mr. T actually ever say the words
"Pity the Fool"?
Pity the Fool in the show. It just became like a slang thing of his in advertising later.
They never say it in the movie, but like
they never say it in the movie, but yeah, it has a tattoo of pity and fool, and they freeze frame, and then he punches someone in the face.
And like every other line, it's like "You fool, fool you."
He does say "fool"
like 50
a lot.
times.
You could do a drinking game to how many times he says "fool," and you would be trashed before even 10 minutes of the movie went by.
Fool.
Now the movie, the general plot, like I said, I don't know if it corresponds with the show or not, but they are like the best of the military.
They were all Rangers.
The Rangers.
They were all.
Well, the Rangers are their. I don't know about military ranks and all. That's like their squad and unit and all. They did explain it in the film.
Well, from what I've heard, like U.S. Rangers is like the most like hardcore out there.
Okay.
Or something.
Well, overall, the opening is how they meet, and then it cuts to 8 years later, and it's more action. It's nonstop. There's a lot of action in this. There's some dry moments, but the
It's
action.
pretty much all action.
I forgot because I haven't seen a good action movie in a while. How much I do enjoy action.
Yeah.
However, this movie felt a little off because I would have to say, and we talked about this a lot during it. It doesn't necessarily balance between whether it's realistic action
because they
and
have
imaginary action or whatever.
They have a plot that's, I guess, it could be pretty realistic. It's about
the plot is they're stolen plates for counterfeiting money.
Yeah, like $100.
And an Iraqi Arab or whatever nation has them, so they retrieve them and then are double-crossed and have to retrieve them again and are framed and are in prison and have to break out and retrieve them again.
Yeah.
It's a lot of retrieving of these plates and a lot of who's the bad guy, what's the bad guy, when's the bad... you know, it's one of those movies. And that you can get past. It's the problem I have with it is... 1 minute it's realistic.
It will go from like a very realistic fight scene,
mm-hmm.
and like them like dodging like bullets and like a helicopter, which you've seen in plenty of movies, and then to a helicopter doing a full barrel roll, which I'm pretty sure helicopters can't do.
Yeah,
and
then you've seen in the trailer, the plane that they're driving in blows up, and they're in a tank that is free falling through the sky.
Oh, that scene just gets even worse as it goes.
Which they're shooting people, and yes, it gets more extreme, and by extreme I mean ridiculous.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna get into this. I think it's enjoyable if you like unnecessary action, and if you go into it expecting unnecessary action, you're gonna get that.
See, I like some over-the-top action movies, like Shoot 'em Up. I know you don't like that, but the problem I have with this is that it wants to be realistic, so I couldn't buy into this over-the-top action scenes. If it was more realistic action scenes, I probably would have.
Now I know a lot of the viewers are probably going to debate us here, saying that the show is probably not supposed to be realistic, and if that is the case, then I have no qualms with it. I personally, like I said, it is probably very entertaining to the fans, and it was entertaining to me too. It's just it had a very tongue-in-cheek, very nod to the crowd, persona about it. Like I feel like they would do stuff, or the dialogue was very cheesy for one. Yes. But they would say something, and then they would give one of these up close, and they'd be like, kind of things. You know what I mean? Like
I love where the plot comes together.
Yeah, that's another thing. Liam Neeson with his cigar, and he's I'm like, what? What'd you say? Pitiful.
Fool.
So overall, I mean, out of 5, action movie, it was enjoyable. A little rough to get through at midnight. Probably a little bit better on like Friday, Saturday night with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as fun as a lot of the audience was laughing at the setups and the jokes, and I didn't think that it was that comedic. It was the action was what sold me on it. Yeah. So I would say probably about a 3, leaning towards 3.5 out of 5, just for entertainment-wise and all. So. Yeah,
I'll give it a 3 out of 5 just for entertainment value. I did really like the opening. I was really into it until the helicopter did a barrel roll about 15 minutes in, I'd say, and then I was just kind of like...
And a running time a little under 2 hours, so
yeah, it wasn't too bad. It goes by, I guess, a little fast.
Yeah. I don't know if it goes by fast. I would say it goes by slow just because it seems like the plot you get very bored with quickly.
About halfway through I started checking my...
Retrieving the plates repeatedly.
Yeah, it's like, we got him. No, we lost him. We gotta get him again!
And they are the A-team because they are the alpha team. That's what A-team means.
It was like, it wasn't even like alpha team, it was like alpha something. Or A-team.
Alpha crap. So just remember, hit it a fool. Hit it a fool. Hit it a fool for you. I pitied a fool, so stay in school. And don't you drool.
Poo.
I pitied a fool.
Who eats poo?
Poo does not rhyme with fool.
Oh, a pitted fool who do.
You could say stool.
I could say stool.
Not poo.
Pity the fool who eats stool.
I would pity the fool that eats stool.
That's you, Divine.
This is us at almost 3 in the morning, trying to rhyme stool with pity the fool.
The fool with poo.
Alright, too late. Until next time. Next week is Toy Story 3.
Oh.
Looking forward to that. And I think that's it for right now.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing Jonah Hex.
No, probably not. So, take care, guys. See you next week.
Good night.